So today we have a special guest, a lovely singer-songwriter, originally from St. Thomas, Westmoreland raised. She's a Manning's girly, and she made her way to Kingston and began pursuing her career in music. She performs in different locations around Kingston, a lovely reggae, but also some fusion vibes, a little dancehall sprinkled in there, and just a lot of power and strength on the mic. So here we have SpaceKat.
Hi guys, how are we doing today?
Love me up when you're feeling fine. I'll be there in the evening time. Lonely nights got you on my mind. Cross my heart, baby, I'll be kind. Love me up when you're feeling fine. I'll be there in the evening time. Lonely nights got you on my mind. Cross my heart, baby, I'll be kind.
So I wanted to start really with the latest stuff that you're working on and then backtrack from there. So if
Okay.
you could tell me, what you see for 2026 with your music.
So I've been experiencing a lot of growth as it relates to just how I express myself and um topics of discussion. So I think that going forward, it's going to be a lot more how would you say deep? Just less surface level and more touching on things that are um for lack of a better word, soul level. Like I feel like I'm going through a lot of metamorphosis and it is definitely reflecting in the songs that I'm currently making. I feel like everybody goes through this at some point in their lives. Just being taught one thing, showing up a certain way, and then just experiencing life for myself, and then realizing that, okay, perhaps we need to shift in some ways and in some areas, especially being that the music space for me is very new. I never grew up in a tone, and I did not grow up in music or in those kind of spaces. So learning those spaces and just understanding what is required to be effective or to find success in those spaces, it requires a lot of change in identity or how I perceive myself or see myself.
Was there a traditional path you were following before realizing music was what you wanted to do?
I would have, yeah. I mean, I grew up in the church, I was probably supposed to be a teacher. That's what I would have studied if I had followed a traditional path. And teaching is great.
Mhm.
But for me, as a creative, as somebody who um has a need to express themselves, to be authentic to their soul and to their being, I don't think the traditional path would have suited me very well.
So, how would you package this metamorphosis that you're currently going through into, you know, music, palatable music, or not palatable? It could also be experimental and some crazy stuff no one's ever heard. But
Mm-hmm.
how do you see yourself, presenting it publicly?
So, for now, I'm focusing mainly on singles. I do have like a EP in the work, but I think singles will get the message across pretty effectively. And it's reggae, so I'm doing mostly reggae centric music now. I do fusion, like I am a fusion artist and I consider it kind of experimental, but it is definitely reggae. As it relates to the packaging of the product, which is I guess, my journey in song. My voice does the work for me. So I don't even overthink it too much. I just put what I have in mind on paper and I just sing. And as it relates to performing, I would love for it to be live music. And if I can't have like a whole band, then it would be like an acoustic set.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And you said that singles are what you're focused on now. Is that from just ease, or, being able to put out something soon without having to wait on this long recording and production process for an album?
It's a little bit of both, to be honest. The first release that I ever did was like a 5-track EP, and it was okay. It was a nice experimental project.
What's the EP called?
Oh, it's called Love by Association.
I said the week just end. Losing sleep, I don't wanna pretend anymore. Did forget the chance from way back when. Really kinda picky, so it all depends. I said the week just end.
It's 5 tracks, and it was centered around, I guess, love and relationships. But I think that persons would gravitate more to singles, or they will gravitate more to singles, and it's also easier for me as well because I can be more consistent in my release, and yeah, it's just more digestible.
Can you talk about the process of recording that, working with producers and engineers and, that?
Sure. Sure. So I'll set the scene. I had just moved to Kingston, and I said, okay, I'm gonna do music. So I started recording at one particular studio, and I guess the vibes was not it for me. It was not the right space. And then I found somewhere else. So the songs that I had started recording for the EP, I went to the second studio, and that's where like I guess refined them, and they sounded a lot better than the first take. And I was like, okay, um it would be nice to just put it in a project so that I would have a compilation of songs for people to choose from instead of just one, because nobody knows me. So that was the thought process behind it. And I had a few different beat makers that were associated with this. And I thought I really liked the beats that I received. So I was like, okay, let me work with them. And so I got them to send me the beats, and I recorded the song, and then I got them mixed and mastered. Yeah, that's it.
And at
That's the story.
that second studio, was it just like the engineer you were working with, or did you meet producers through being at the studio? What exactly did you prefer?
All right, so the energy was different. The engineer was, I feel like he had more knowledge with what it was that he was doing. So he was giving me suggestions and instructions, and I really appreciate of that because, again, very new to this. And I know the sounds that I wanted to create. I know what I heard in my head, but I needed somebody with the know-how to kind of put that into, physical. So the space was great. The guy was pretty adept. He knew what he was doing, big up yourself, the king. And I mean, I also got to collaborate with other artists, and I met other producers and beat makers from being in that space. He's also an up and coming producer as well. Um, so yeah, and it was two producers that were part of that EP. So that's the King and White Black's music. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you've recorded now and they've mixed your vocals with the tracks and now you have your EP and now you're SpaceKat and you can go out in the world as a musician. So what was that like once you had your body of work?
Mm. Still very It was fun. It was exciting. It was new. So I thought to myself, I want to have a compilation of songs so that I can start performing. That was the whole point of doing an EP as opposed to singles to begin with. And then when that happened, I started to go out to open mics and I think that's when I started going to dub school, which is like a live event in Kingston. And it was great. You get to meet new artists, get to interact, network, and collaborate. So yeah, once I had those songs, I just started to find the spaces that would, hmm, I guess, welcome me and also see what I have to offer. Yeah.
Hmm. Cool. And I guess on the more digital side of things, did you have it placed on Spotify and those streaming platforms? Was it made available to purchase on like the iTunes store or through Bandcamp?
Mm.
Yeah, what did you like?
So initially, I was distributing through a very popular distributor. I think everybody who does music probably know them. And they ensure that it goes up on, the different music platforms. So definitely it was distributed on the different platforms because, I mean, if you have music and if you're creating music, then you definitely need to give people access. And so has to be distribution is very important. Um, but definitely, I started out with just the more popular platforms, and then I became familiar with Bandcamp, and Bandcamp is super cool for artists. They look out for the artists, so yeah.
So yeah, it's called Soundtrack at the moment. So I'll just give you a moment and you tell me a song that would fit it. It could be one of yours, it could be any song you like. Okay. You're driving at 3 a.m. with the windows down. You're from St. Thomas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you know that the road is all cute and paved now. So let's say
Mm-hmm.
you're driving into Kingston from St. Thomas on a smooth, nice up road against the shore. What is the soundtrack for that moment?
Ooh, okay. You see, the thing about these kinds of games is that even if I know the songs, it's just so in the moment. It's going to take a minute for me to need something that is cruise worthy, something that is very Sunday afternoon, chill breeze, sunset kind of vibes.
3 a.m.
So,
Uh, just noting that that was part of it. It's 3 in the morning.
oh,
But
it's in the
I
morning.
mean, that could still be the vibe. It is cruisy vibe. It's stuff that could play at sunset, but it is like early, early morning.
Okay, 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 cool. So, um, there is this song that I wrote recently and recorded that is unreleased. It's called Time.
Mm.
It's very chill. I mean, I could sing a part of it, but I don't know if that's what you're wanting.
Please do.
Okay. I just need to take my time. Can't get it out of my mind. I need to find my place. What I need, I don't have to chase. Take my time. I know every day the sun goes shines and nobody with is skylarking. Don't waste no time.
Nice.
That's it.
It's airy. Yeah, your voice, yeah, it has an airiness that makes it feel light and cruisy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
All right,
the
give me an
Oh, I was just asking if the beat for that song is like a reggae type or more of a fusion.
Boy, that's a good question. It's not reggae, it's more of a fusion, like a dance hall, but also very hip hoppy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
Yeah, I hear
It's
it. I
very
hear.
cool though.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense than the just a reggae beat. Okay, so
Yeah.
another scenario. You're glowing up after a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're putting on clothes, you're feeling cute. Maybe you're still hurt inside, but you're, optimistic and positive. So, what is the soundtrack for that moment?
I mean, that should be an easy one actually. However, um, there is this Dochi. I think it's called Bloom. I really like that Dochi. I
Yeah.
think that would be perfect.
Okay, I'm gonna just spontaneously think of one. Okay, a producer holding on to your song and you're upset. You just want it finished. How long now it's supposed to finish? Weeks have passed. And yeah,
You
it
have
could
a
be
looking glass around there or something? A magic mirror or like a
like
crystal ball or
is
like
this
what you
happening?
doing? It's happened. It's
Yeah.
happening, yeah.
Yeah, it's one thing that I wouldn't say I experienced it totally, but I did voice on somebody's beat, and I've just felt like they were taking so long to give me that I just took the beat and I mixed the thing myself.
I want to get like that because it would solve so many problems and it would limit so many stressful situations, you know?
Totally.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, for that feeling when you're just upset cause your song not ready yet, what is a song that represents that?
Um, it's funny because I don't know if you listen to Tommy Lee, but he has a song called Shelly Christmas. And I don't know why that's the song that comes to mind, but that's the song that comes to mind.
Is he
But
angry?
it can, you know it?
Is he angry in it? Uh,
Yeah, it's like it's rage. Like it makes you want to rage, man. It makes you want to curse and break things. It makes me want to curse and break.
Okay, cool. Silly Christmas. So yeah, when the producer want to hear things, Silly Christmas.
Yeah.
Cool. I would say that the Kingston live music scene exists. It could grow, it could be
hmm
frequent occurrence, but we're grateful for what is there. So where have you found yourself performing? Is there any event that you find you continue to perform at, or any promoter who you continue to work with?
Yes, actually. I find that there are a few spaces that I find myself going to quite frequently, or not even frequently, but if I'm going somewhere that's probably, where I'm going to go. And Dubwise has been one of those spaces that I've performed quite a handful of times. And it's a very lovely music space. Um, it's just a good space. It's like a creative central. Creative people are always there, like they're always passing through, and they also always have like live events, open mic events. So Dubwise, and then I've also performed at Skyline Levels. So that's pretty dope. They had a Culture Works show last December, 2024 December actually. And I was on that lineup, which was pretty dope. Um Compound also and the lot. I've also performed at the lot. So if there's like a space in Kingston that has open mic, chances are I'm going to go there, you know. But those spaces that I've mentioned, Double Eyes, Skyline Levels, the compound, those are the spaces that have a consistent open mic scene or live music scene. And also you have different what you call it now, spin-off events like you have events like Future Roots under the almond tree and yeah, so there's a few spaces in Kingston, but as you said, we do need more.
What would you suggest to players in the industry in Jamaica?
Like how they have trade unions for people who do certain types of work. The common thing or the common belief is that the musical infrastructure out here is needs a revamp. It's not organized. There is not much of a structure. And I guess that's true because if there was more structure, artists like me, young upcoming artists, I think they would have more of a guidance, just like people who've done it before. And there are people like that out here. I'm not saying that there aren't, there are, and they are trying. I just think that if there was more structure in place, it would make it less stressful and way easier for everybody to get to where they want to go. And that would also help with the performing outside of the island situation, because it's not impossible, but I think that there are challenges to do so as a new artist on the scene. So infrastructure, structure, more structure and organization. But also as individual artists, as like me, you in general, I think we also have a responsibility, if we're going to be contributing to the space, we can also do something as well. Um, just like how we used to have clubs in high school, we could form an organization of our own. Um, there are many things that can be done. It's just a matter of, I guess, research and know-how. Yeah, and money.
Hmm.
Everything takes money,
And
apparently.
also, yeah, I also think maybe even simply purity of spirit, because I feel like labels exist. Because as you were speaking, I thought of labels. And I'm like,
Mm,
"No, I don't feel like there's just no labels. I feel like there are labels, but then there's all these bad stories about these labels where you sign and then
yeah.
they not look upon you like they're not trying to
Mm,
advance you, they just shelve you and
yeah, your shelf.
focus on
I
their
forgot it's
one main artist. They have like 15 artists on the back burner, but there's one that, is
mm-hmm.
popular and touring and all of that. And um yeah, like you said, like we have sense, we have little sense, we have
Well, sense.
Google, we all have AI
That
um
is it.
now to suggest stuff, with
So the barrier
caution.
to entry or the yeah, we do have means now, like resources are there. It's just a matter of willingness and capacity to do, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah. Last year they had a conference. I don't remember the name of it, but it was very knowledgeable. It was full of knowledge. It was very insightful, and I actually learned a few things like because initially there are many performance rights organizations that one needs to register with, and then you have mechanical licensing organizations, and then you have all those different organizations as artists that if you are in the music business, then you need to register with it so that you can actually earn something or see
Hmm.
something of benefit. So I find that those kind of workshops definitely bridges the gap as it relates to like um knowing what it is that one needs to do to actually make a living out of music. If I mean, I love music, and if I could just do it and not do anything else,
Yeah.
I would, you know? So
It would be nice to have a follow-up after these workshops.
can I just add because they did.
Oh, awesome.
Leng is his name. I don't. My apologies for if I mess up the name, but he actually has a nice thing that he's working on, a project where it's business administration for artists. So basically, he has like a campus. It's all online and stuff, and you can register and you can learn how to register your music, how to deal with your catalog. And after that workshop that I mentioned, he actually had like a music business brunch. And with the music business brunch, it also went more in depth into like whatever was discussed in the workshop so that persons who wanted more information they could ask directly to some of the people that were there. So I thought that was a pretty good idea, a great initiative.
I see
Lastly,
behind the reason.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
curious about your music video process and
Mm-hmm.
how did you come up with that concept? Did you work with a director? Are you the director?
Well, I was the director. The videographer was also the director, and a nice gentleman who is an actor was also there to help direct as well. But the concept of the video, it was done on the day of the video. So big up Abina Mystic, which is she's also an artist as well. She helped with the setup of everything. Um, yeah.
Give me little room, show you how I fall in love too soon. Never need no indicator, cause my heart never cater. Psychotic behavior right now, me nah look for no savior, don't go. I just feel
Feeling fine. It's a song that speaks about I guess how one shows up when they're not feeling fine, or rather, so sometimes we're not okay, and we have people around us that care, and we might not be able to verbalize that, oh, I don't have the capacity to deal with you right now because I'm dealing with so much. And I mean, if I was in that position with no capacity to deal with anything because I'm dealing with so much, I would want the people in my life to be able to say to me, I get you. We all want patience. We all want to be accepted for who we are in all our different shades, or rather states of being. So yeah, that's really what it is. There is a line there that says that the dark just means say empty, something to that effect. And somebody asked me what that mean one time, and I was just like, darkness is a lack of knowledge. Like it's akin to not knowing something. It's akin to ignorance, you know. And oftentimes we feel empty. We feel like there's something lacking within us. And that lack is just not knowing, you know. So not knowing who we are, not knowing that we're loved, that not knowing that, we are purposeful.
How were those meanings portrayed through the video? Or
That's a very good
were they all portrayed since it's quite layered?
um the video making process, even though I would have wanted to like have like a storyline, get it all done up nice and proper to associate with the song. or coincide with the song, I I I left it up to my creative director, Abina. She came up with the idea of having like a gallery type set. I think the art that was showcased at the beginning of the video and in between the different moments in the video, those art pieces kind of spoke volume in regards to like the content of the song, because there was a lot of symbology with like relationship and connection and the challenges around that, and just like the heartbreak and you know just humans and human emotions. So that part of it was good.
Tell me, are you willing? Take all this love that I'm giving. What's life? Feel like you're living. Make a wrong move, I'm forgiving.
Is there any other song of yours that you would make a video for soon?
Mm, Probably for the cause, because yeah, the producer who is affiliated with that, he really wants to get a video out and he's pushing for that, so I'm pushing with him for that. So for the cause, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is the cause about?
It's about pushing for what it is that we want. It's about not giving up, also knowing who we are, not listening to the noise,
Mhm.
just knowing what you want, setting your intentions and accepting nothing less.
I do this for the cause. I got the right and the reason. I know you wish you could have put me on pause. No remorse when the thoughts unmask. I said I do this for the cause. I got the right and the reason.
Do you have a vision for the video yet?
You know, it has to be a go-getter type of vibe. You know, like how you would have Usain Bolt practicing for the Olympics because it's Usain Bolt and he he always wins. Like
Mhm.
he's just on top of his game. Something like that. Just like, okay, you got to get ready. You got to be preparedness, and just the energy that is related with that. And then, some cultural representation, I guess. Something rootical. Listen, I
Yeah,
have a vision. It's in my mind. It's
yeah.
in my mind's eye.
Yeah, I'm
Hmm.
excited to see when it does materialize.
Yes.
Where can the people find you?
Oh, you can find me everywhere. I'm SpaceKat. You've got space all around. I'm joking. I'm on Instagram and YouTube and all the different streaming platforms, you know.
Oh,
Yeah. So for music, wherever you listen to music, that's where I am. And you can stay connected on social media at SpaceKat. That's SPACE dot KAT. Or
okay.
just SpaceKat Music.
Okay. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much, Space Cat. We look forward to, your new music video for The Cause when it gets produced and the recording of Time, was it? The new song?
Yeah, take my time.
My
I
time.
just need to take my time. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we all do. Everyone chill out. Everyone take it.
Right.
Yeah, okay. Well, thanks for taking your time to be here today with the
Thank you for having
Renderyard.
me.
All right, and thank you to the viewers for watching. Have a great day. Bye.
Take care.